Hey, what's up, Frito Nail Virgin Gang? Hope you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good. Today on the toilet paper art made by Opossum, the signatures I'll be buried with, the things that'll carry my legacy on forever. The dirtiest art you've ever dang done seen around, right? We got Haunter. Yes, I know it's got kind of a little bit of a Simpsons mouth. Haunter's mouth is really hard to draw. The shape overall, not really that bad or anything like that. That mouth, though, I don't know what that mouth do. It just, I don't, I tried. It's got the Simpsons mouth. I understand it looks a little goofy when it comes to that regard. Other than that, Haunter wasn't too bad, but there you go. Someone requested Haunter. That's what it is. So, yesterday, I guarantee some people watched the actual live stream that happened. I just kind of want to talk about it a little bit. Overall, my takes on it. First of all, I appreciate everybody who actually showed up. I don't care what side you were on. I don't care what opinions you had. I don't care what you typed in the comments. I don't care about any of that shit. I'm just super happy a lot of people showed up and voiced their opinions about that. And I think that's fucking fantastic. I really think that kind of stuff is things that you like to see in the community, where people that are disagreeing on topics sit down, have conversations about it, and ultimately just take it somewhere where it couldn't have been done any other way other than a live stream that was hosted by OKJ Love, Julian. He did that stuff. Round of applause for the big dog, for real. Overall, in my opinion, just going to talk about the overall scenario. Overall, I feel like the entire conversation was a good thing. I think that a lot of the topics that were hit, everybody kind of stood their ground on stuff. Props to anybody who can come out and fucking stand their ground, especially when there's 500 people. Holy shit, by the way. Thank you guys. That was a ton of people. 500 people in the comment section typing how they feel about this stuff, or in the live chat, excuse me. Just going nuts, letting their opinions fly. And when people, say they don't agree with you or anything like that, people standing their ground, holding on to it, and ultimately respect anybody who has the balls to come on and saying that kind of stuff. I like that the conversations really weren't safe either. Like, it wasn't like some of the like podcasts or live streams where people are talking about something and it's super safe. Like, they're saying opinions that are just basically like, oh, if you buy a box and that's just what it is. Pokemon's crazy right now, so everyone wants like, you know what I'm talking about. Like super safe, really easy topics that don't offend anybody and don't warrant any kind of conversation. And luckily, not until like the end of the live stream where everybody was just kind of chilling out and hanging out, Cool Trainer Ryan did show up, and we kind of just turned and devolved into a hangout session with everybody, which I actually quite enjoyed. It was good. Like, we talked about conversations, we disagreed, everybody had their passion for it, and I completely love having conversations like that. I love when people disagree, and I love when things can actually spawn from that and conversations can happen, and you can see where people are going. A couple minor things here and there, like there was people on all sides that had support and had people that were disagreeing, and that's awesome. I don't think I saw anybody who was like left out or like singled out or anything like that. The one thing that I will say that people said about me, the one thing that I thought was kind of funny, and it's just true, I always have this complaint whenever I make topics. I move around a lot. I'm very animated. I just do that. I don't know what it is. I've always been like that. I have a lot of energy. I like moving around. I don't know. You don't like that in my videos. You don't like how I am. I'm sorry. I do that all the time. It does not matter what kind of topic I'm doing. I could be sitting here talking about Pokemon cards. I could be sitting here talking about people. I could be sitting here talking about a fucking dinner I had a week ago, and I'm going to be bouncing around and having high energy when it comes to all that. That's just how I am. Sorry if you don't like that. If people more had a problem with how I was than like the things I said. Nothing I really said was debunked or like proven wrong or anything like that. People disagreed with it, but nothing like that was ever really done. Most of the things that I said, like the things people said about me, was like I was very smug and condescending and like, sure, whatever, I don't care. That's what always people say about me. A lot of the investor people said I didn't know what I was talking about. They never elaborated on that. That's perfectly fine. You're welcome to those opinions. I feel like the conversation, regardless of how people looked at it though, there was something good to take out of that. The stream definitely highlighted as well like how many investor bros there really are here though, because a lot of people came out in support for the big four. I think it was Colin, Gray, Rob, and then of course Alex from Nostalgia. There was a ton of people in their support for them, and I really like that. I like that people actually came out and voiced their opinion regarding that stuff. Ultimately, I don't really have any negative experience with it. I don't think there is anything wrong with anything that happened. Like I said, you can take personal things from it. I'm glad people had their opinions with it. Hey, people that are here who didn't really like how I was on that stream and they're over here coming at stuff, I don't apologize. I don't have anything to say about that. This is how I am. You don't like it, go fuck yourself. I don't care. That's just how I'm going to be. And it's one of those things. I don't apologize for things that happen. I told the chat. I told Julian fuck the chat at one point. That was one other thing that people kind of had against me too. I told him fuck the chat, and that wasn't at anybody in particular. particular, that was because Julian was focusing more on what the chat was actually saying than the actual conversation that was happening with the guests he invited. And I noticed that a couple times. I didn't really appreciate that. I don't really care. I noticed it. Everybody else noticed it too. That was my problem with it. If you took offense to that, I don't fucking care. But a lot of people knew exactly what I was talking about. A lot of people reached out and said it was a good experience, whether they liked or disliked the things that were said. And I would really like to see more stuff like that too. I really would. Julian was a fantastic host when it came to that. Ryan popping in, all the investor bros that came through, Alex, Rob, Gray, and then of course Colin. All y'all were great. I had a good conversation, in my opinion, with everybody. I really do think that was a good time. Regardless of how anybody feels about it, everyone showing up was awesome. I really do like that. That's all I got. I appreciate Virgin. See you later. Once again, let me know how you feel about it in the comments below. Anything you got, anything you want to say, your opinion's always welcome here. I heard at one point, like, a couple people were banned from the investor side of the house. I don't really know what they said. If they said some racist ass shit, then that's warranted. But if they were just saying they didn't agree with a couple things that, like, myself or OK Jail or someone in the chat was saying about that, that's kind of bullshit in my opinion. I definitely don't feel like people should just be banned for having opinions when it comes to investing or anything like that. I don't agree with everything that was said. At the same time, you shouldn't be banned. So I got. Appreciate it, Virgins. Have a good one. Let me know. Comments below. Can't wait to have a good old reading sesh.